We've also had a question asking, yeah, but how about the fire weather risk? So
I'm
this
no expert.
is
Let me guess who's that's from.
uh,
This is that good old Tyler Salas.
might be.
Tyler, I'm gonna tell you something right now. I got no clue when it comes to fire weather, bro. That's all you. That's
Well,
all you. I could. What's the? Let's see. Look at that. There's a chance for fire. There you go.
so fire weather's weird. Fire weather, and Tyler, you can feel free to correct me on this. Fire weather is essentially it's a combination of like the dryness of the air, but well, wind speeds obviously, but also like the how dry the fuel is. Like there's a fuel index.
Yeah, that goes back into our cap. I remember that from our capstone. I was. I'm gonna be honest, Tyler, man. That's all you. I just don't find that stuff quite
So
as
I'm
interesting.
actually going to.
But to each their own. At least someone has to find it interesting to be able to do it. Maybe if I grew up
So
in the constantly on fire world of California, I'd be more into it.
the Oklahoma Mesonet, which I used to work at, great resource. Um, Even for just for not like not specifically Oklahoma stuff, I will say their fire weather just array of stuff is top notch. So here's state maps. Okay, actually this is good.
Even if you don't like looking at actual weather data, the Mesonet ticker is a hilarious way to
Yes,
learn about the weather.
the guy who writes those was my boss. Um, Hilarious guy. Hilarious guy. So actually, the reason I pulled this up is because this is a really good way to see kind of what goes into fire weather, at least by um, like generic standards. So humidity and winds, obviously, a lot of humidity, wind speed, direction, wind gusts. Um, Here's some of the weird stuff: burning index, spread component, energy release component, ignition component, 1 hour dead fuel moisture, 10 hour, 100 hour, 1,000 hour. Herbaceous moisture, how dry the plants are. Woody moisture.
Oh
Um,
yeah, all that stuff's starting to come back to me now. I'd put all that out of my memory. Now it's coming back.
there's an index for drought. There's visual greenness and relative greenness. All this stuff that I really don't know much about, but
It's it's in the same way with severe weather. There's a lot of sort of calculated variables that are fueled by equations and whatnot that people who are more into in depth with fire weather sort of understand better than I do. Um,
everybody's got their
Tyler,
specialty or their area
Tyler,
of
we'll have to get you
interest.
on to come talk about some fire weather,
Yes,
bro.
actually, we should schedule that. Have a whole fire weather day. We'll pick a day
We'll
where
talk about our capstone,
potentially. So
even though
here's
we already talked about it.
even though we did, yeah. Rip episode 2, part 1. So here's the outlook. This is day 2, by the way. Day 1 was nothing. Um, but yeah, realistically, right? This is where it starts. This Texas Panhandle, Oklahoma Panhandle.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
it is
the
supposed to get pretty windy out in Oklahoma this week. I thought so.
and the conditions that make it so windy are what's going to be helping with that convective outlook off to the east. So they just say on track with minor. By the way, it's just elevated for those who can't see. Um, yeah, low relative humidities. Obviously,
Makes
in the
sense,
wind.
especially on the backside of a trough. That makes sense. You're gonna get some pretty deep, good substance behind there.
Apparently, according to the chat, I am dead on, and he is disappointed in you,
Oh,
Will.
all right. Well, sorry, man. You know what? I'm on 5 hours of sleep. Don't expect much from
You
me
got to
again.
give him some leeway, right?
You don't
Not only
understand.
is he an Eagles fan, but he grew up in
Okay.
Florida, so we have
All
to
right. Yeah,
we
fires
have to be
fires
patient.
don't exist in Florida. That's not real.
So we
Actually,
have to
there's
give him a
actually a lot of
little
fires in Florida.
patience.